Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to your SST class. How are you all? Have you revised your previous chapter? So, today I will teach you the next chapter of your book, India Physical Features. Are you all excited? Now, let's start the next chapter. If you look at the world map, you will find that India is located in the northern hemisphere and occupies as a largest part of the Asian subcontinent. ठीक है, जो इंडिया है दैट लोकेटेड इन द northern hemisphere and occupies a large part of Asian subcontinent. By the division is meant of systematic descriptions of landforms and their divisions into particular groups like groups, mountain, plateaus, plains, along with the rivers and lakes. All these landforms are generally characterized by difference in elevation between the higher and lower parts of the land surface are termed as relief features. The diverse relief features of India are grouped into 6 main physical divisions. 6 main divisions में उसको divide किया गया है. Okay, so what are the 6 features of India physical divisions? First is northern mountains, right? Second is the northern plains. Third, the Great Indian Desert. The fourth, the Peninsula Plateaus. Fifth, the coastal plains. And sixth, the islands group, right? So we will read about the northern mountains. The snow-covered Himalayas are situated in the north of India. The Himalayas are the highest mountain ranges in the world. Some of the highest mountain peaks in the world and found in the Himalayas. Highest mountain peaks सबसे ज्यादा कहाँ मिलती हैं हमें, कहाँ होता है मतलब सबसे ज्यादा, that is found in the Himalayas. Right, my students? The length of these mountains from west to east is about 2500 किलोमीटर. जो उनकी लेंथ होती है इन सारी माउंटेन्स की वेस्ट से लेके आपका ईस्ट तक, दैट इज अबाउट 2500 किलोमीटर. द विड्थ वेरीज फ्रॉम 400 किलोमीटर इन द वेस्ट to about 150 kilometer in the east. The Himalayas comprise 3 almost parallel ranges with large plateaus and beautiful valleys. The 3 ranges are called the Himadri, the Himachal, and the Shivalik. So these are the 3 ranges that are Himadri, second Himachal, and third is Shivalik. Good. The height of these ranges goes on decreasing from north to south. ठीक है, जो इनकी रेंजेस है वो डिक्रीज करती रहती है नॉर्थ टू साउथ. राइट, नाउ वी विल रीड अबाउट द हिमाद्री. द हिमाद्री और द ग्रेटर हिमालय is the northern mountains range of the Himalayas. ठीक है, the Himadri or the greater Himalayas is the northern most mountain range of the Himalayas. It is also the highest mountain range in the world. काफी ज्यादा highest mountain range है पूरे वर्ल्ड में. Mount Everest 8848 feet in Nepal is the highest peak of the Himalayas. ठीक है, एक तो आपका माउंट एवरेस्ट हुआ, दैट इज इन नेपाल. So that is the highest peak of the Himalayas. Understand, my students? Now move to the next. The Himachal. The Himachal of the middle Himalaya lies towards the south of Himadri. ठीक है, कहाँ lie करता है? Towards the south of Himadri. Right? The important mountain ranges are, right? Important ranges कौन सी है? पीर पंजल and धौलाधर. ठीक है, many famous hill station like Mussoorie, Nainital, Dalhousie, Kullu, Manali and Darjeeling are situated in these mountain ranges. Mountain में हम क्या करते हैं, घूमने ही तो जाते हैं, तो ये सब आपका mountain hill stations है आपके. मंसूरी, नैनीताल, देहरादून, दार्जिलिंग, चितकुल, that are the situated in these mountain ranges. The climate is extremely cold. वहां बहुत ज्यादा ठंड होती है. The climate in the plateau of Ladakh is severely cold and dry. और जो लद्दाख है, that is also very cold and dry. It is a cold desert. काफी ज्यादा cold desert है. Many rivers like the Ganga, the Yamuna, the Brahmaputra originate from the Himalayas. The famous valley of Kashmir is also situated on the Himalayas. जो कश्मीर वैली है, जो फेमस वैली ऑफ कश्मीर है, दैट इज ऑल्सो सिचुएटेड इन दी हिमालयस. गॉट माई पॉइंट? नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पैरा, द नॉर्दर्न प्लेन्स. द नॉर्दर्न प्लेस लाई टू द साउथ ऑफ द हिमालय. जो नॉर्दर्न प्ले है वो कहाँ लाई करता है? साउथ हिमालयस में, राइट, साउथ ऑफ द हिमालय. दे आर मेनली फ्लैट एंड लेवल. काफी ज्यादा फ्लैट एंड लेवल होते हैं. These plains are generally made of alluvial deposits laid down by the rivers like the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Indus and many of their tributaries. ठीक है? We will repeat this point, right? The rivers, कौन सी rivers होती है? Ganga, Brahmaputra, the Indus and many of their tributaries, right? The Shivalik. Now we will read about the Shivalik. The Shivalik or the outer Himalaya is the southernmost mountain ranges of the Himalaya. Southernmost ranges कौन सी आपके हिमालय की? शिवालिक. और अभी और बताएंगे. It is the lowest mountain range of the Himalayas. काफी ज्यादा lowest mountain range है आपकी Himalayas की. Landslides are quite common in these part of Himalayas. Landslides बहुत ज्यादा common है in these parts में. Many of the peaks of the Himalayas are covered with snow थ्रू आउट द ईयर. जो उनकी पीक्स होती है ना, हम माउंटेन्स देखते हैं, जो पीक्स होती है उसकी वो बहुत ज्यादा कवर्ड रहती है स्नो से, राइट, थ्रू आउट द ईयर. द प्लेन्स आर अबाउट 2400 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग एंड 240 to 320 किलोमीटर ब्रॉड. ठीक है, 2400 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग होती है और 240 to 320 किलोमीटर आपका broad होती है. The width of the plain decreases towards the east. These plains provide fertile land for cultivation. The plains are one of the world's greatest stretches of the plains are one of the in the world greatest stretches of flat alluvial. This is the reason the plains have a high concentration of population. Next is the Ganga. River Ganga originates from the Gangotri glaciers in the Himalayas and enters the plains at Haridwar. It covers the largest part of the northern place. Largest part cover करती है, ठीक है? It covers part of Haryana, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. The Ganga, along with its tributaries such as Yamuna, Kosi, have deposited aluminium in the part. The rivers coming from the south, such as Chambal, Ken, and Son, have also contributed to the formation of this plant. इन लोगों ने भी काफी ज्यादा contribute किया है. The Brahmaputra river originates in Tibet and flows eastwards parallel to the Himalayas. In Tibet, it is called Tsangpo. It enters India through Arunachal Pradesh. India में कैसे enter होता है? Through the Arunachal Pradesh. These rivers bring a large amount of silt. From Assam, it enters Bangladesh, where it is called Jamuna. The Ganga joins the Brahmaputra in Bangladesh and forms the world's largest, most fertile delta called the Sundarbans. काफी ज्यादा join, मतलब दो rivers join हो गई बीच में, ब्रह्मपुत्र और बांग्लादेश, and it forms the largest and most fertile delta called the Sundarbans. A major part of this delta lies in Bangladesh. The Great Indian Desert. The Great Indian Desert lies in the western part of India. It is dry, hot and stretch of land. It is called थार डेजर्ट, काफी ज्यादा वहां गर्मी होती है, काफी ज्यादा आपका क्या होता है, ड्राई होता है। ठीक है, जो डेजर्ट होते हैं दैट इज वेरी हॉट इन द समर, और कभी भी जाओ आप डेजर्ट्स में दैट इज वेरी हॉट। द रीजन कैन बी डिवाइडेड into two parts, two parts में regions को divide किया है। फर्स्ट इज द ग्रेट डेजर्ट एंड सेकेंड इज लिटिल डेजर्ट। एक तो आपका बड़ा डेजर्ट हो गया एंड सेकेंड इज योर लिटिल डेजर्ट, राइट। द ग्रेट डेजर्ट begins from the run of Kutch and extends beyond the Luni River northward, while the little desert extends from the Luni River between Jaisalmer and Jodhpur. There are a number of short seasonal streams which cannot reach up to the sea. Therefore, it is an area of inland drainage. Between the Great and the Little Desert lies a zone of absolutely infertile land devoid of vegetation. Now we will read about the Peninsula Plateau. The Peninsula Plateau lies to the south of the Tropic of Cancer. It is triangular in shape, an area of land jutting out the sea or completely surrounded by water on three sides is known as peninsula. मतलब three sides है आपके पूरे land में, that is known as a peninsula. The Indian Plateau is one such landmass. It is known as plateau or peninsula India. The peninsular plateau are located towards the south of the northern plains. It is roughly triangular in shape. काफी मतलब rough है एक that is triangular in shape. It is the oldest structure of the Indian subcontinent. सबसे पुराना structure है आपका subcontinent का. The plateaus are surrounded by hills ranges on all the three sides. To the north are the Aravallis, the Vindhyas, the Satpuras, the Rajmahal hills, the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghats from the western and eastern boundaries respectively. The average height of the plateau ranges from 600 meter to 900 meter and the slope is from west to east. The plateaus are made up of igneous and metamorphic rock. जो plateaus हैं that are made up of igneous and metamorphic rocks. They have an undulating surface with low hills and rounded tops. River Narmada, which flows east to west, divides the plateau into two parts, right? जो flow करती है river Narmada from east to west, that divides into two parts. The central highlands and the second is Deccan Plateau. So we will study about the central highlands from the northern part. They have a series of plateaus such as Malwa and Chota Nagpur. These plateaus are made up of hard igneous rock. ठीक है, किससे बने हुए? काफी ज्यादा hard igneous rock से. Okay. The Malwa plateaus lies between Aravali. कहाँ पे Malwa plateau lie करता है? Between Aravalis in the north and Vindhyas कहाँ पर है? In the south. The eastern extensions of the Malwa Plateau are known as Bundelkhand. That is in the southern Uttar Pradesh, as in Chota Nagpur Plateau in Jharkhand. All these rivers from the capital highlands join the Yamuna and the Ganga from the south. Now we will talk about the Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is located south of the Central Highlands. The western part of the Deccan Plateau is bounded by the Western Ghats and the Eastern Ghat is bounded by the Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat. Both these hill ranges meet at the Nilgiri Hills. Okay, कहाँ मिलते हैं? Nilgiri Hills पे. The northwestern part of the Deccan Plateau is known as the Deccan Trap. Most of the rivers of the Deccan Plateau flow towards the east and fall into the Bay of Bengal. जो डिकेन प्लेट्यू से फ्लो कर रहा है, बह रहा है, वो कहाँ ईस्ट से कहाँ जाता है, that is fall into the Bay of Bengal. Got my point, students? Have you have any doubt? Now continue. The western and eastern Ghats, right? The peninsula is flanked by the eastern Ghats on one side and western Ghats on the other side, right? The two Ghats meet at the Nilgiri Hills. The two Ghats meet at the Nilgiri Hills. While the eastern Ghats are broken and uneven, the western Ghats are almost continuous. जो आपका ईस्टर्न घाट्स है, that is broken and uneven, okay, but the western Ghats are almost continuous. The Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, Narmada, Tapi are the main rivers of this region. The Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna, Narmada and Tapi are the major rivers of this region. Most of these rivers flow from the west to east and fall into the Bay of Bengal. Rivers flow करती हैं east से, but कहाँ fall होती है? Into the Bay of Bengal में. But the Narmada and Tapi flow on the opposite direction and fall into the Arabian Sea. जो river नर्मदा है और तापी है, that falls on the opposite direction. आपके opposite direction में fall होती है and they fall into the Arabian Sea. Got it? This region is a storehouse of minerals. The main minerals from here are coal, copper, gold, etc. ठीक है, जो मिनरल्स क्या क्या फाउंड हमें क्या क्या मिलता है? कोल, कॉपर, gold, etc. Right? Now we will talk about the coastal plains. The coastal plains. The Deccan Plateau is bounded by the coastal plains which begin from Gujarat in the west and end at West Bengal in the east. This stretch extends up to 6,100 kilometers. The western and the eastern coastal plains meet at Cape Comorin, the southernmost tip of the Indian mainland. The eastern coast is broader than the western coast. The coastal plains are divided into western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. Now move to the next part, the western coastal plain. The western coastal plain stretches from Kutch in the north to Kanyakumari in the south. The width of the north is about 65 kilometers, while it is much broader in the south, around 100 kilometers. Now we will talk about the eastern coastal, no, wait. The strip from Gujarat to Kerala is called the Konkan coast. जो Gujarat to Kerala होता है strip, that is called the Konkan coast, and the southern part is called the Malabar coast. ठीक है, जो southern part होता है आपका, the southern part is called the Malabar coast. The Malabar coast, particularly in Kerala, has many lagoons or backwater. Now move to the next, the eastern coastal plains. The eastern coastal plain stretches from Kanyakumari in the west to the mouth of the river Ganga in the east. The northern part of the eastern coastal plain is called the Northern Sircars, while the southern part is called the Coromandel coast. Right, my students? The Mahanandi, Godavari, Krishna and the Kaveri flow through the eastern coastal plains. The rivers form delta at their mouths, which are very fertile. The famous Chilka Lake is situated on the Mahanandi Delta. काफी ज़्यादा famous lake है ये. Now move to the next para. The island groups. There are two groups of islands in India. First is Andaman and Nicobar. Group of islands are in the Bay of Bengal and the Lakshadweep group of islands in the Arabian Sea. In spite of being far away from the coastal areas, they are an integral part of the country. The Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are in the Bay of Bengal. They lie a distance of about 1000 kilometers from the Bay of Bengal. They are a group of 252 islands. Some are big while the others are small. 252 group islands है, कुछ बड़े हैं और कुछ छोटे हैं. These islands are the peak of submerged hills on the ocean floor. They are of volcanic origin. Port Blair is the capital of the अंडमान एंड निकोबार ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड. सो पोर्ट ब्लेयर जो है आपका वो कैपिटल है अंडमान और निकोबार ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड्स का. राइट माय स्टूडेंट्स, इंदिरा पॉइंट, the southernmost point of the Indian Union is located in the Nicobar Islands. Lakshadweep group of islands in the Arabian Sea. They are a group of islands lying at a distance of 300 kilometers from the Kerala coast. They are of coral origin. 17 of these islands are inhabited. Kavaretti is the capital of the Lakshadweep group of islands. The group of islands have a great tourist attraction. काफी ज्यादा टूरिस्ट आते हैं वहां पे घूमने के लिए. Tourists from different parts of the country and abroad visits these islands every year. मतलब tourists भी आते हैं and they came from the abroad also and they visit these lands every year. Okay, so we have done with this chapter, right? So I will meet you in the next class. Thank you so much. Bye bye, take care.